New developments tonight in the unfolding investigation into Donald Trump's charitable giving. New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, a Democrat who has endorsed Hillary Clinton, just announced he's going to investigate the Trump Foundation, Trump's family charity. But this issue really got started with an in-depth investigation by the Washington Post into how, quote, Donald Trump retooled his charity to spend other people's money. The journalist responsible for breaking that news, David Fahrenthold of the Washington Post, joins me now. David, great to see you. So the issue, let's just start with what you've been doing with the Trump Foundation, his family charity. And what was it about that charity that you found unusual?
Well, what's unusual is that in almost all cases, when a wealthy person creates a foundation and puts their name on it, the expectation is that the money in that foundation is theirs. They're giving away their own money. And in Trump's case, it's actually the opposite. Since 2007, in 2006, he basically spent down all the money he'd put into it, and since then he's rebuilt it with money from other people, and he hasn't given his own foundation any money since 2008. So he gives away other people's money with his own name attached, and the impression that a lot of people get is that he must be giving his own money away, because what wealthy person would do it any other way?
And he doesn't necessarily disclose to the person on the receiving end that this is actually a donation from one of his friends as opposed to from him, from his family foundation.
That's right. We looked at a lot of examples, for instance, on the Celebrity Apprentice. On that show, he would often say to the contestants on national TV, out of my own wallet, I'm going to give you a gift because I'm firing you now. I'm going to help your charity. When we went back and looked, a lot of those cases were Trump Foundation money from other people that he was giving on television as his own.
It's been 8 years since he put his own money into his family foundation, according to you. But what about Trump's individual donations as an individual? You know, if Megyn Kelly wants to make a donation to some charitable cause, I can do that in my own name. Has he done that?
I've been looking for evidence of that. Obviously, Trump has been saying that he gives millions of dollars and that he gives away the proceeds of things like his most recent book or Trump University. He hasn't released any details about where he gives, and so I've been trying to do it for him. I've been trying to prove Donald Trump right that he really gives money to charity. I've called 327 charities that to me seem like the charities closest to him, most likely to get a gift, and I found one gift from his own pocket between 2008 and this May. That was a gift for less than $10,000 in 2009.
When you contact Trump or the organization and say, just give me the name of a few charities. I know you don't want to release your tax returns, which would show us how much you've given. Just give me the names of a few charities to which you've donated. What do they say?
It's sort of an unusual response. Their response is Donald Trump gives this money away privately because he doesn't want people to know that they can go to him for donations. That if he let people know how much money he was really giving away, he'd be hit up all the time by people seeking donations. It'd be a feeding frenzy. So there's sort of this odd idea that by not saying how much Donald Trump gives away out of his own pocket, they keep people from knowing that Donald Trump has a lot of money.
What about the $1 million he claims he gave to the veterans when he claimed he had raised $6 million and then it was unearthed by you that he hadn't and that the veterans hadn't gotten the money? He points to that now by saying he gave $1 million of his own money to them.
So what happened there was on when he skipped that Fox News debate in Iowa in January, held a big fundraiser and said, I've raised $6 million for the veterans, including $1 million that I've given. He said in January, I already gave it. It turned out 4 months later, we were trying to figure out, did he really give it? And Corey Lewandowski, Trump's campaign manager, told me, yes, he's given his $1 million, but privately, secretly, we won't tell you where it went. Well, that turned out not to be true. In fact, Trump had given nothing. And it wasn't until we pressed him a little bit more that he actually then made his donation that he promised 4 months earlier, kind of in the middle of the night, to one group, all in one fell swoop. So yes, that was $1 million of his own money, but first the Trump campaign told us he'd already given it when he hadn't.
So what you're saying is Corey Lewandowski misled. I just want to make sure I'm following. Fascinating. David, great to see you.
Thanks for having me on.